What's up, YouTube? This is Elder Stacey Zanders coming to you with another video. But before we get into the video, I just would like to say, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you can be updated on each time we release new content. But today I just want to talk about authenticity, being authentic. I just want to talk a little bit about being authentic. And we all have struggles in our life, but sometimes we also have struggles with being authentic. And your authentic self, and understanding your authentic self is who you really are deep down on the inside. The part of you that doesn't care what others think. And when you recognize there is no one like you, you will help secure any insecurity that's in you. Learning how to be your authentic self is an essential part of building meaningful relationships. Authenticity helps. Authenticity happens when your words, actions, and behaviors consistently match your interior personality. In order to be authentic, you must believe in yourself and your ability to create the world the way you want it. So what does it mean to be authentic? In order for connections with people to happen, we must allow ourselves to be seen intrinsically as the individuals that we are. Authenticity means having an acute awareness of who you are and what you stand for, and expressing yourself honestly and consistently. Authenticity means setting boundaries. Healthy boundaries are extremely important in building or having any relationship. It's important to set boundaries and not people come too far into your space. You not go too far in there. You have to set boundaries. I created a video on the people in our lives, and I'll link that video right here for you to watch. There are 3 types of people, friends that we need, and 3 types of people that we need in our lives. So check that video out. So it's important to set healthy boundaries. And walking away from toxic people, situations, and relationships. You have to understand, if you're gonna be authentic, an authentic person, you have to get some inner grit and learn how to walk away from toxicity. Keep yourself away from people who are trying to pull you down, drag you down, who don't mean, who don't have good intentions for you. You have to learn how to walk away from toxic situations. I don't care if it's in, I'm not so much talking about we need to work out marriages, but I'm talking about relationships, friendships, employer relationships. You have to learn a way to walk away from toxic situations so it don't destroy you. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable or expressing yourself in a manner so people can understand how you feel, what your convictions are, what your drives, your motivations are. I myself, being a natural introvert, it was difficult for me to be vulnerable or let people on the inside. There's very few people that can say that they know my honest, my real personality, who Zanders is. There's only a few people that can say that they really know who I am, and that because I'm not vulnerable with everybody. But depending upon the circumstance, you do have to learn how to be vulnerable, because it's healthy when building whatever the relationship may be, whether it's employment, whether it's relationships and friends, families, or romantic, whatever it may be. So, and also listening to the Spirit of God when moving forward. When you're going forward, if you're gonna be authentic, this also ties in to your core belief systems. So if I'm a Christian, my core belief system is gonna guide the choices and the decisions that I make. So you have to, in order to be authentic, you have to listen. When God's words speak on the inside of you, you have to pay attention to that and move in that direction. Because sometimes, and maybe a lot of times, that means you don't run with the crowd. You don't do what everybody else is doing. You take a stance. I remember when we was younger teenagers and kids, 14, 15, 16, out acting stupid. We was running around flat, going around the neighborhood, because with Halloween, I think it was before you had a night, if you're from the old school, grew up with me, I was born in 73, so coming up in the 80s, and we had you had Halloween, but I think the night before Halloween was probably Penny Night, and I think the night after Halloween was called Damage Night. I don't know who started that, but we practiced that. We would go around knocking on people's doors, running, we call that the N-word knocking, or stabbing people's cars, flattening people's cars, busting out car windows and things of that nature. But we had one friend, and that he would always, if we was getting into mischief, he would always stand up, he would always walk away. That was Kevin Mason. He would never get involved in the craziness that we used to do. And even though we talked about him at that time, but I've always admired that in him. He was authentic, or he was real, or he was true to himself. He will walk away from it. All right, to be authentic, you have to pursue your passions. What is it that you desire deep down on the inside? What are your passion? What motivates you? What drives you? What do you long for? What do you want to do? Do you want to pursue personal growth? Is there something in your personal growth that you're passionate about? Is it music? Is it business? Is it a recreational activity? In order to be authentic, you need to pursue your passions, your dreams, so you can fulfill yourself. All right, making decisions that are in harmony with the Lord. If you are a Christian, if you're going to be authentic, because God wants what's best for you. He wants to get the good. He said, I know the thoughts I think of you, the thoughts of peace, not of evil, to bring you to an expected end. So making decisions that are in harmony with the purpose, will, and plan of the Lord will bring you into the blessings that He has authenticated for your life. All right. Speaking your opinions honestly. As my adult children was growing up, I would always tell them, because I never wanted to shut them down. See, and sometimes when we was coming up, our mothers, grandmothers, them had a saying, because I said so. So if you ever questioned what they said or didn't agree with it, maybe you just didn't understand it, they think was because I said so. So every now and then that was, and when my kids questioned too much and it was coming up, I would say, because I said so. And but for the outside of that, I wanted them to learn I wanted them to learn to speak their opinions. Say what you have to say in a respectable manner, but tell me what's on your mind. And I will always tell them, there's a chance that I may be wrong. Daddy's not always right, but I wanted to teach them to be able to speak their opinions honestly, even if it was about me or towards me or against me. I wanted to have that relationship where they can come, but not only that, it's in life itself, not to grow up where they feel like they are being shut down, but I can speak what's on my mind in a respectable and honest manner and tell people the truth about whatever it may be. All right. It says so, but when you completely understand what matters to you, you make decisions that are in step with your beliefs. And I talk about this a lot in some of my videos when I'm talking about fear. But in this case, the fear of rejection often keeps people from being who they were meant to be. A lot of us will hide our authentic self and conform to what we think other people want to see in us. And that is not good. And few of the ways, I'm gonna talk about 7 ways that you can kind of get over that, get beyond that, to become that authentic person that you should become, that God designed, He created you to be, is accepting yourself. Listen, we have to accept our flaws in all. You have to learn. In order to be authentic, you have to accept yourself. Listen, there's no good thing in any of us. When we came into this world, we are negative creatures. My grandmother used to say even newborn babies tell lies. They lay there and cry, and then when you pick them up, they stop crying. My grandmother used to say they ain't doing nothing but lying. Baby down there telling lies. Ain't nothing wrong with them. But accepting yourself means also accepting the flaws in all. Every one of us have issues. All of us have problems. All of us have inadequacies. We have deficiencies. Every last one of us. And we have to learn to accept the flaws in all that's on the inside of us. Listen, you're going to be working on yourself until you leave this earth. You was born flawed, you're gonna die flawed, but in that process of that journey of life, we try to perfect that which concern us. God is trying to perfect us. And I like this scripture in Psalms 19, verse number 7. It says, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. See, wisdom and experience of life will make you wise if you learn how to walk in integrity. But in order to do that, you have to accept who you are. Now, there are some things you got to get rid of in yourself. But then there are some things that make you who you uniquely are, a part of your personality. All right. Number 2, take personal inventory. That connects with what we was just saying. Take personal inventory. Even if you have to list them down. One of the hardest thing to judge is to judge yourself. My grandmother used to always say, Florence Oliver, that woman was so full of wisdom. She used to say, whenever you point your finger at somebody, you have 3 fingers pointing right back at yourself. So whenever you want to condemn, you want to put someone down, look at yourself, judge yourself. Take personal inventory. Write down or take an account of the things in you that have to change, that will make you a better human, a better person, a better friend, a better spouse, a better whatever it may be, a better employer, a better employee. Take personal inventory of yourself. To thine own self be true. If you're going to be true to anybody, please, we must be true to ourselves. So when you can judge yourself, when you can put yourself in check, when you can question your own motives, your own intents, your own bad decision making, then you're becoming an authentic person, because then you can change who you are. All right. Number 3, take time for personal growth. All of us should take time for personal growth, and that whatever those pursuits are, whatever's going to help you become the best version of you, you need to take time for personal growth. I don't care if it's, going back, take a few classes. One of the things that I tend to do when I semi-retire from work one day, I have always wanted, I don't want to cook in a restaurant, but I'm going to go to culinary school. I want to be able to get my 4-year degree in culinary, because I just want to cook at home. I want to be able to come home for my wife and family and holidays and just cook food that will just blow their mind. Because I think that food can be very, very sensual if it's made with love and passion and commitment and dedication. There is something sensual about food. And so I am a foodie. I love 5-star restaurants, things of that nature. But in my part of my personal growth, when I get to that place, I'm going to go back to school just to be able to do that, or sit down and just cook myself a meal that would just blow my own mind. So it's important for you to take time for personal growth. Okay. Number 4, express yourself. And I'm saying this from being an introvert. I had to learn over time how to express myself and not keep everything bottled up on the inside. And I used to always admire people that will wear their feelings on their sleeve. I have a friend, Rosemary Harrison, and I've always appreciated the fact that not only did she wear emotions on her sleeve, but I like the fact that because she did that, she would check you as well. So if you was wrong, she had no problem Zanders. You know, she'll get me straight for real. And I appreciated that because she had that strength on the inside of her. And those are some of the things that I had to learn. So I appreciated she had something in her that I did not have inside of me. And we all need to learn how to express ourselves in a healthy and in a positive and a correct way. Learning how to express yourself is also a part of becoming an authentic person. All right, build a positive support system. We talked about setting boundaries and walking away from toxic people, but you also have to build a positive support system. Every one of us need a support system. We all need coaches, we need mentors, we need cheerleaders. Check out that video about the people in our lives. I've already linked that in there so you can take a look at that. We all need to build a positive support system. If you're going to be successful at being an authentic, you need people who think the way you think. Connect yourself with people who are higher than you are, who are on a higher level, because they can help bring you up to where they are. And then also, we also need people who are just beneath us. Not saying that you're better than them, but just beneath us, so you can reach down and then pull them up to where you are. We need these type of people if we're going to be authentic and whatever it is that we do. All right. After that, ask for help when you need it. Number 6, ask for help when you need it. If you think that if you are a type of person who feel like you're always right, just with that thought, you are always wrong. None of us is right. All of us need help. All of us get down. There's always somebody that's going to be better. Always going to be somebody that have more. Always going to be somebody that's cuter. Always going to be somebody that's smarter. Always going to be somebody that's wiser. When none of us have a monopoly. But there, from time to time in life, we're going to need help. Do not be afraid to ask for help. One of the ways to tell that you are and you are growing and to being an authentic person is that you can admit that you don't know it all. You admit that you don't have all the answers, and that from time to time you also need help as well. We generally need more help than we lead on, but when you need help, if you want to be that authentic person, ask for help when you need it. Number 7, and we're going to conclude here, is take the mask off. What we normally do when we're in social situations, we put a mask on. We hide who we are. Now, if we should not have to do that. You should never have to do that. If you're an authentic person, you're just going to be who you are, and then God will make you who you ought to be. If you're walking in the light of integrity, you should not have to wear a mask. Some people pretend. Some of us are like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Some of us are like Two-Face. Some of us are like Jack the Ripper. We're wearing 2 different faces, and we should not have to if you're an authentic person. You should be approachable, you should be coachable, you should be loving, you should be kind, and you should be authentic. Take the mask off. Stop pretending to be something that you are not. People know when people are fake, so there's no need to be fake. But if you want to grow, this interpersonal growth, if you want to be an authentic person, you have to take these things to heart, and you can do it. The hardest thing to do is to chisel, is to work on ourselves. It's one of the hardest things to do, but you'll be a better person for it in every way, shape, form, or fashion. All right, until the next time, please subscribe to the channel, and then share this video with somebody who you think may need it. I appreciate you all. Till the next time, God bless.